So lighting. If you were shooting for TV, perhaps recording an interview for a documentary, you would use a strategy called 3-point lighting. So to do that, you'd have something called a key light, which is like this big light here, which is illuminating my face. Ideally, it's leaving a little bit of shadow around the side. Then you'd have a light to the side, which is called a fill light, which just kind of takes the edge off of that shadow. And then normally you'd have a backlight as well, so there isn't too much contrast. Miles backlight. So this is not kind of ideal, but in a kind of zoom format way of lighting your film. I've actually got a window over here as well, which is providing a bit of that fill light too. So we've got contrast, but it's nice and soft. You don't need to worry about this when you're shooting for this film, because lighting, normally production teams will have lots of really expensive lighting rigs. And if you've ever seen a rig for a feature film, the lighting is a high priority. Lots of very expensive lights, very expensive setup. If you're filming an interview, or even worse, filming animals where they're not going to stay in front of your light, just make sure that you've got enough illumination to capture your image properly. So the sun is the best, bit of light you can use. Natural lighting looks really good. Similarly, if you were recording an interview, have a lamp that's illuminating the subject's face, or similarly, a big light in a living room or something like that. If you can add any extra lights in that don't disrupt your image too much, they can be in the background or something, that's always very useful. But the important thing is that your subject is illuminated and we can see them, and that's kind of it, really. If you want to look into lighting, there's very much an art to it. There's lots of videos online where you can learn more about it, but just make sure that we can see what you want us to see.